Hello, everyone, or better yet, hello, y'all. I'm Kev. This is BMBBH. To whoever is watching and whoever will watch in the replay gang, thank you very much for tuning in. And more importantly, thank you for all your support. I guarantee my authenticity when I come to these spaces and when I come to this channel, especially because my thing is to emphasize the importance of brutal honesty. And the reason why it is so important in this day and age is because you gotta shake the foundation of the thought processes in modern day Black America. And do you want to know why you have to do this? Because a lot of us live in a fucking illusion. Like this, like people are in such fucking denial to the point where it's ridiculous. And there are fingers pointing everywhere. Motherfucking fingers pointing everywhere. But we as black men, we have to understand due to our level of accountability, even if it's unwarranted, we have to understand that the finger is always pointed at us. It's, and I'm gonna tell you a truth really fast. The onus of the current state of the black community is on us. It's on us. It's on us as black men. And when we started to give up on that, we started to lose. We can't rely on other people to do it for us. But that's most of the general populace of the black community. So far I have 11 people in here. So I hope all of you are pressing like. Even if you're not, that is totally up to you. But likes are for free. Yeah. And be mindful of what's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Like, share, subscribe. Got my Cash App down there. Fair use on any material that I may use for edutainment purposes only. The reason why I use the amalgamation of the word education and entertainment because people have accused me of teaching them stuff on this channel, and I will not argue with them. What am I supposed to tell my live viewer? What am I supposed to tell the replay viewer, that they're stupid? You're stupid for learning from me. That is illogical in every sense of the word. So, like I said, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. And let's just get this underway, because this weighs heavily on my mind every time I look at social media. And a lot of people believe that, if a social media and the internet is affecting you, just log the fuck off. And I believe that to a certain extent. I do. But at the same time, abandoning social media doesn't mean that, or abandoning the internet altogether doesn't mean that you can abandon reality. And that's the kind of shit I be talking about with you guys. You feel like that there has to be an absence of reality just so your point of view can dominate. And with me on this channel, with everyone who visits this channel, I'm not going to let that be possible. So let's get to the subject matter, and better yet, the topic. So it's productive to shit on black men. And before I hear all the little nonsense from all of the simps talking about, well, all y'all do is drag black men, but when you black women, but when you drag black men, y'all want to get mad. You wanna dish it out, but you can't take it. I'm gonna tell you why that bullshit will never work on me. When people say things like that, when people say things like, I don't know, shame, blame, and explain. Let me tell you why it won't work on me. Because ever since the end of the civil rights movement, black men have been getting dragged. Getting dragged for what, you say? Making peace? Trying to protect our women? Because, we always get accused of being malicious toward our women, when in fact, most of us, if not the majority percentage of us, don't. One or two people make you mad, and then all of a sudden it's all black men, which is a fucking joke. That. But my thing is this: you a lot of you guys say a lot of bullshit, like it's not productive to drag black women or anything like that. But the thing is, though, I do kind of agree with that. I do kind of agree with that. It's a non-productive thing to do. But is it productive to also ignore every problem we have in the black community and go with this hyper individualism? Like, that's so much better. And to all of you hyper individuals out there, you know, why are you dragging black men? Why do you believe it's productive to drag black men when you spend the same amount of fucking time doing that shit as a lot of you guys say people are dragging black women? All in all, I'm trying to say dragging black people just for the sake of dragging black people should be as equally as unproductive. But most of you fuckers don't believe that shit. And that's why I've always stayed steadfast and consistent to the point of, um, I don't like 95% of people. I don't. 95% of all people. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't like 95% of people, because many of us would rather go with this asinine logic. It is not just about dragging black men. It's about almost everything. Almost everything. We're not focusing on where the true problems lie within ourselves, in our so-called community, because of embarrassment and shame. So we'll all rather point the fingers elsewhere. We all rather do it. We all do it. We all point the fingers. We never point the finger at ourselves. We never have this accountability. It's easy to be that way. It's easy to do that. It's much easier to point the finger than to take a little self-reflection. Hey, you know what? Maybe I should be ashamed of some things. Maybe I should be. And I get it. And I get it. We should all be ashamed of many, many things that goes on, the things that we allow to let slide, the things that we allow to happen. And I'm talking about things that are in your face right in front of you, not these dream arguments that a lot of you concoct in order to make a point when you come to social media. Because when you produce superficial pseudo receipts, then it's okay. But when you produce actual receipts and stats, all of a sudden you're trying to SBE people. And I just like, look, a lot of that shit is just a garbage context at the end of the day. Dragging dudes, dragging the same dudes, people you think that are soft targets, and black men as a collective, because supposedly we don't build. Well, I've always made this suggestion. Why don't y'all start raising builders? Talking about black men don't lead. Why don't you start raising leaders? Otherwise, shut the fuck up. I can say shut the fuck up on shit like that because most of the bitches that are complaining are bitches with sons. You raise shit and then you complain about shit. You're upset because there are people that want to get to the root of the problem. And some people have to be implicated. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. If I do some shit that is a hindrance to progress, hell, I expect to be called out on it. But you better damn sure produce some type of receipt for that shit. Serious as a fucking heart attack. So this stream has been going on for almost 15 minutes, and I got 15 people in the building. I hope all of you are pressing like. Likes are for free. They are for the algorithm, and it'll help me get more exposure on YouTube. So if you could kindly do that, I would really appreciate it. Especially for those of you with the attention span to actually tolerate me talking for an hour to 2 hours. So this is a question I want answered. Why is it productive to drag black men? Why do you believe that it is productive? Why do you believe it? Let me look at these comments. You know, sometimes, and I gotta confess, I don't look at comments sometimes so I can focus on what I'm talking about. You know, so let me. All righty, we got I'm listening in the building. What's going on? We got Phil Brad. He said average at best. Art Nastal, what is up? Peace productive, brother. Dane Wand, what it is. Mulatto Vanguard. Calvin Rogers. Good evening to the chat room and salute. Good evening to you, Dr. Kevin, and salute. Thanks for the compliment, but you know, I'm not a doctor by level of education or any stretch. I believe that black men that actually deserve, you know, actually earn that title through their schooling and through their achievements deserve that. But, you know, if you want to call me a doctor, okay, doctor of what? You know, I appreciate the compliment. So, yeah. So anyway, why is it productive to drag black men when we all know this is going to start a skirmish every time you do it? You know, because the thing is though, is this lack of respect for a group of men. Even when we do try to be productive, many of you feel as if it should go unanswered. Black Light Revelations, what is up? What's going on? See y'all coming up in here. Why is it? It is, I believe it is because it is a resentment for our current condition. Is the fact that many of us did not work to integrate ourselves into the political arena. And because of that, we are subjugated to policies that we don't exactly agree with as a people. And, I get that. Letting many, many neighborhoods across America fall to ruin, producing kids that we have no intention of taking care of, um, and displaying weakness when it comes to other groups. Although none of that is productive, dragging the people who let this happen is also not productive. And for those of you who are coming in, let me go ahead and let Joe's. All righty. Discontent is motivation. Soul provider reacts, and so you're coming from two spots. Wow. Damn. I guess I'm that good. But you gotta watch from two channels. It's like, why do we have all these people and content creators local to this space, and you know who you are, believe that dragging black men is productive and dragging black women isn't? And don't get me wrong, I don't believe you should drag either, especially in our condition. And many of you will say this, and I'll go ahead and say it as well. It's a distraction. It is a distraction for what we could actually focus on. And I'm not presenting this air of hope like, oh, if we focus on this a little bit more, we focus on that a little bit more, things should get better. Because I understand, like, aside from my general audience, that we embrace the fuckery. The same people who embrace the fuckery always complain about this being unproductive. Oh, why do we focus on the fuckery? What broadcast gets the most viewers? The fuckery broadcast. A lot of you attend the fuckery broadcast. Are you asking each other why you're here? Why am I here? Why am I here at this broadcast? That's full of fuckery. No, none of you do that shit. None of you do. And believe me, I watch and I lurk. Sometimes I participate, sometimes I don't. I've been guilty of uh facilitating a little fuckery every now and again. But do you know me in this space as that guy? You can say yes, you can say no, but if you say yes, please produce a receipt. Please do so. I mean, if you produce a tangible receipt, something I can't argue with, that's fine. But in the bigger scheme of things, it's not just about me. It's about all of us. Every one of us, black men and black women and black children, although you can't too much implicate black children because they're the ones that's searching for the guidance that we all say that is needed. And then children without guidance, you know what happens with that? Mass fucking destruction. I had someone tell me a long time ago, older guy, we are naturally evil. That humans are naturally evil. Humans are naturally savage because without without the guidance towards developmental growth, we become savages. And if you really think about that, that actually might be true. What's going on, Raven Knight? Glad all of you guys are here. So, I mean, say because Roger said so. What up, Ray Hama? What up, all of you? Thanks for showing up. I'm not, look, I'm seeing like new beefs pop up and everything, and it's just that, for me, it's just what happens. It's what happens when we have a lot of different viewpoints. And it doesn't make people bad people exactly, unless you start doing bad things. Oh, we got the last Boy Scout or last Boy Scout, and we have Aaron Peters. What is up to you guys? But we all got to bring some common sense to this motherfucker sometimes. We are all accountable in a way. In a way, one way or another. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Because, I'm sure that if I could just turn these streams into focusing on certain content creators and their bull, that would be the easy thing to do. And I might get more of a pop, but you know, we'll wait for the smoke show to do that. Smoke show Sundays. Please attend that. And I learned a very crucial lesson about Smoke Show Sundays last night. That is, that's something that I have to work toward building up. So I'm promoting my smoke show is this. If you have a grievance with a content creator, you can come through. I promise neutral ground. And I thought that what I was doing before, but some people didn't appreciate that. So last night, and if you watch this space, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone tried to pull the rug from under me, but it didn't kill my spirits. I was a little mad about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little mad about it, but hey, what's the point of what's the point of what's the point in that? Spawn the programmer. What is up? Says so calling people out non-productive. What are you calling them out about? What are you calling out about? And really calling people out, how is that productive for you? If you want to literally think about it, I mean, if you're actually trying to stop a toxic narrative from spreading, I would say then no, that's not non-productive. That's actually productive because that could actually help people throw caution to the wind and not so much and not so much letting that bad word spread. You know what's non-productive? Not saying anything about it. And guess who didn't say anything about all of these toxic narratives being spread throughout the years? Decades even. Black men. Black men. And we still got dragged for it. So dragging black men is not productive, but is quite the norm. And is like, if you are stupid, it doesn't matter if you're a black man, a black woman, a white man, an Asian man, Elon Musk. It doesn't matter. You should be called out and you should be dragged. But dragging for the sake of dragging, no, that's not productive. Let's rip on Ebony. You talking about Ebony K. Williams? I'll date him if he owned the bus. It's like, okay, since y'all want me to say something about let's rip into Ebony. Ebony K. Williams is like many women out there who think the way she thinks. She doesn't understand that there are millions of other women out there. And she considers herself a prize. And for many like her, that's the only thing that she can retreat to because what the fuck has she done? Who the fuck has, gone out their way to say, hey, I want an Ebony K. Williams type. So, yeah. Let me just put this graphic up here. 3 of the best running backs of all time. And you know what these guys never did? They never dragged black men. In fact, they were productive. Well, I don't know about Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, what kind of philanthropy that they participated in, but I know Jim Brown had boots to the ground. But I'm not going to use him to make my point. I'm just putting, these are positive black men. These are black men who were athletic. They were men's men, and they took care of shit. You know, they might a couple of them might have had allegations on them, but hey, you know what? Eh, People in some levels are redeemable. RPM, what is up? Thanks for coming through once again, bruh. Okay, so let's talk about this dragging of black men. So, I know that many of you would rather sit here and talk about, how to make money, actual history, stuff like that. But you come here because you come here, and that's about it. Um, yeah, and this has been going around social media for quite some time. Yeah, and is a heavy topic because let me tell y'all something. When you see things so many times, this is what people are focused on. And I wish I had the answers to what I could get people to focus on. That's important. Is this exactly important? No, it's not. It's absurd to say the least. And when I first read it, it was extremely absurd. It's like, how in the fuck could something like this actually fly? How? So let me read the caption. And it says Snow Bunny because, Lord knows that, black folks, love to dick police black men. But anyway, UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya's ex-girlfriend takes him to court for half of his wealth because they dated too long and she supported his career. Uh, okay. Okay. Damn, it's gonna get to the point where you can't even date without being screwed over. But yeah, and I should have had a receipt ready for this, but I wasn't really like I read some of the comments on a lot of these posts, and in particular, black people were actually rooting for her. And the reason why they were rooting for her is because she was dating him, because he was dating a white girl. Because black folks feel like it is such a betrayal to date a white woman, for a black man to date a white woman. So he deserves everything he gets. Let me give an example. Christian Umbaselli was murdered by his white girlfriend. And everyone, because he said some things on social media about black women without taking his experiences into account, we said, a lot of us said that he deserved to die, that he deserved exactly what he got. We didn't feel sorry for him, blah, blah, blah. But even then, it's like I've always, I've said this a few times. I ain't gonna say I always said it. Um, People can date who they want, but right is right. Why would you want this something bad to happen to this man just because he dated a white girl? Would it be better if he dated a black girl and she said she wanted half his shit? Because she supported him. I guess while he was training to fight, instead of working a job, she worked a job for him. She supported his, and even if that were the case, she worked a job while he was training to become a successful MMA fighter, and she supported him. He's paid her back since then. Let's make it make sense. Now I know some people out there watching and ghost watching. How is this helping black men? Tell you how it's helping black men is by being made aware of situations such as this. It helps us to throw caution to the wind and really, really take a good close look in how relationship dynamics work. Whether it be a white girl, an Asian girl, a Hispanic girl, hell, You have a lot of women that are like this, that feel like they are owed something just because they suck the dick. At least escorts are straight up with that shit. But why I bring up Israel Adesanya? See, he wasn't even married. But see, let's turn around and look at another situation. These two, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Now, while people are wishing good luck for this white girl to take half of Israel Adesanya's shit, which no one ever said that would actually hold up in court. It was just a headline as far as I'm concerned. Everybody's commending Rihanna for being a smart cookie in wanting ASAP Rocky to sign a prenup before they get married. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I hope ASAP gets all her money, whatever, they be in a relationship. No, that's her money. That's her money. I'm not wishing Rihanna would give up half her fortune just so ASAP Rocky can have an easier life just in case the relationship goes south. I'm not saying that. But see how the viewpoints flipped when the shoe was on the other foot. Rihanna smart, Israel Adesanya deserves it. And why is that? Part of it is the interracial relationship dynamic that Israel Adesanya had. Even though he is a non-ADOS man and his experiences aren't our own. But it's okay for Rihanna to protect her assets, which I'm saying is okay too. But I did ask a question. I was like, okay, so the relationship goes south and she doesn't want to get married. Should ASAP Rocky have to pay child support? We're dealing with a billionaire here that doesn't need any of his money. She's the breadwinner in the relationship. He's the house husband or whatever the fuck that shit means. So if Rihanna and ASAP Rocky breaks up, should he have to pay child support even though Rihanna clearly doesn't need it? And many people said yes, he should be able to pay child support. You know what I said? I said no. and I said no, a little bit, to antagonize him a little bit because I know where all these stupid fucking thought processes come from. Don't forget to look below, look on your screen. Look, there's a Cash App down there. Yeah, you can hit the Cash App if you like, but I'm not twisting anybody's arm to do it. But hey, you know what? Hey, let your boy know something. Let your boy know that you are actually in support of this kind of media. But to answer any question, how is this impacting on my life? How is ASAP Rocky, Rihanna, Israel Adesanya, and his stupid brain dead girlfriend? How does this impact my life? It doesn't. It doesn't. So anyway, yeah, there's 21 people in here. I hope you're pressing like. Okay, let's see what else I put in these slides. Let me check it out real quick. Let me see how many likes I got. Shoot. Yep, I'm grifting for likes. Holy shit. All right, how is this even possible? I ain't been on but 30 minutes. Hold on one second. I got to do this real quick. Hold up.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
Well, we got a dislike. What could I have said that quickly? Well, people are some strange ones. South Charlie and Fiscal Dune. What's going on? Says peace and protection upon BMBBH. The mods and supporters of the channel in chat. If she was dumb enough to remain in a relationship with a dude that ain't intend to marry her, she got what she deserved. On the flip side, Israel Adesanya has some anti-FBA type shit in the past, so he deserved to get embarrassed by the bust down he chose hanging around with his goof troop ass. Okay. Well, hey. Are young men getting passports and checking out the game? Yeah. By numbers, the great Jim Brown is the beast. All righty. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Jim Brown is the GOAT. So let's continue with this. Okay, so I made this meme. I make memes and I put them in my community tab. Not to say that there's a whole lot of ingenuity that goes into making a meme. It's not. I mean, sometimes I have a thought, then I put the thought on a picture, and that's it. So here's the thing. Here's what the meme says. Man, stop shitting on these dudes and worry about getting your money, said no black man ever. Said no black man ever. Which brings me to the sentiment that I'm expressing tonight. Whoever said to any black man, stop talking about black men and worry about getting your money. Even though it's a true statement, who's ever said that shit? Can someone in the chat tell me who's ever said that? Man, stop shitting on these dudes and worry about getting your money. Because we damn sure say it about the women. Not to say that we should be dragging women. Not to say, because this is all I hear in this space. Excuse me. All y'all want to do is talk about women. That's all y'all want to do. Well, there's a lot of you in here that just want to talk about dudes. There's a lot of you in here that just want to talk about men, want to drag men. Stupid men, yeah, go ahead and drag them motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers, yeah, drag them all day. But there's a difference between talking about stupid men and talking about stupid women. Obviously. Who's ever said this? Who did you ever hear say this? Any of you watching? Who have you ever heard say this? Man, stop shitting on these dudes and worry about getting your money. Whoever said that? I'll wait. Somebody please answer this question. Who ever said that? In my 40 plus years of existence, I have never heard anyone say this. Man, stop worrying about these niggas. Stop worrying about these dudes and get your money. As if people can't multitask. People who say this kind of shit act like people are too stupid to multitask. Seriously. For those of you who know what multitasking is, being able to focus on several things at once and still have the capabilities of getting the job done. Hell, for example, I can come to you a couple of hours a night on YouTube and it doesn't affect my income. In fact, it probably will have a positive effect on my income. Granted that I'm on YouTube long enough and this channel grows and I might one day decide to turn on the memberships. Anybody that remembers what I said about memberships a while back is I said I'm not going to turn on memberships till I get to 10,000 subs. And from the way it's looking, that's a ways off. So the potential for income on a platform like YouTube is great. So this saying right here really can't apply if you can generate an income doing it. And why would I be against anyone generating an income? Why would I be against anyone generating an income on YouTube? Unless it's just out of pure spite and jealousy. unless you're talking about someone who is I would say, true to form, a literal grifter. A literal grifter. Someone who pretends to care just to generate an income. Example of a grifter is a prosperity preacher. Somebody like a Kenneth Copeland or Jesse Duplantis or Creflo Dollar. Those are grifters. Those who present false hope in order to generate an income. Those who convince you there's some type of reward for handing your money over or you're gaining something from it. To call a guy that gets a $5 super chat maybe every broadcast a grifter is just plain fucking stupid. Why would you call somebody like that a grifter? Why would you call somebody who just simply posts his Cash App a grifter? That's why I hate when people complain about shit like that, because it's like many people who keep saying that people are begging for Cash Apps post their Cash App on their channel. What the hell sense does that make? Is it good for you but not good for anyone else? Also, shameless plug with the Cash App again. Yeah. So, how is it productive, or how is it more productive to drag black men when many of you say don't drag black women because it's not productive? Tell me how that works. If anyone out there can make it make sense, then I'll concede to your point. I'm not one of these content creators. I'm 150% right all the time. I'm not one of those content creators. I'm not a know-it-all. What's the next slide? I think I put another slide up here. Oh, yeah. I saw these pictures floating around on social media too. Now, I'm going to make 2 points with this. Number one, our obsession with technology and getting the woman that we want. There was a couple of content creators a while back talking about getting some robo pussy, saying if you women don't straighten up, I'm going to get me an artificial lover. I remember one in particular, and I just couldn't do nothing but laugh, and I was like, God damn. Now, if there's any credence to what a lot of these people say about this space, if they could use that as an example of what they're talking about. But these pictures are AI, which brings me to my second point. Yes, there is an obsession with Elon Musk and technology. Yes, and I think he's talked about doing this Robo Babe shit. But these pictures are AI. These pictures are AI, which is the reason why, if I'm afraid of anything gaining traction in this society, it's AI. It's AI. Look at these deep fake photos. Look at how real this shit looks. Pretty soon, if you start using AI in animation, you won't need actors anymore. The AI is already ripping through the IT industry. You know, I keep hearing this thing about tech layoffs, and that's something I would like to get into before I check off this mud ball of a planet we call Earth. But most of all, I have a feeling if AI gets a lot better, then we're going to have many people that are going to face false accusations for things that they didn't do. Well, false accusation, that was kind of redundant, but um, you should be worried about this because I saw some pictures of Donald Trump running from the police and getting arrested, and I swore up and down they were real. And then somebody said, no, they're AI. I was like, that is really fucking scary. Wow. You should be scared of things like this. You should be scared of technology getting greater and greater because one day they might not. One day, if AI becomes too great, they might decide that humans aren't necessary. Hence the birth of Skynet. It's kind of foreshadowing the movies of the past and how they warned how all of this stuff was about to happen, and we looked at it as being far-fetched because it was displayed in a movie with a $1 million budget. But now that you see a lot of these things come into real life, maybe they're not so fictional as we thought it was. Shit. The only technology I want to get better is the video game and a computer system. You know, I've always been intrigued by technology and, and what it can bring, how we can make ourselves better as a society. But I don't know, we may not need too much technology. Who's ever heard of this guy named Cliff Stoll? Cliff Stoll was the first IT guy ever to find a computer hacker. And I mean, he was hella persistent. He wrote this book called The Cuckoo's Egg. Cliff Stoll um, was against the internet getting into the hands of everyday people because he would say that it will make people lazy. You know, instead of the interaction of going to places, we can make all that stuff come to us. As early as fifth grade, I would hear about services where you could just order your groceries and they could bring your groceries to you. And I was like, wow, damn, that would be something else. I mean, this was fifth grade, and as old as I am, fifth grade was a while back. That was in the 80s. And now you have Uber Eats, DoorDash. What's the big one? Instacart. Now you got all of that. So, what is it going to be like in another 20 some odd years or 30 some odd years? Is it going to be like the movie Surrogates, where we actually got synthetic bodies going out doing our work for us while we sit at home? These are movies you should check out. You should check out Surrogates. You should check out Eagle Eye. That's a movie with Shia LaBeouf. You should check out The Net with Sandra Bullock. You should check out all three of those movies. Yeah. So back to the whole productivity, non-productivity thing. I was at Grinch's stream earlier, and I don't want anyone to take it personal because Grinch's subject matter. But people entered that chat, started talking about the productivity piece. How can you be someone against someone who speaks productivity or who is productive in their real life? And my response to things like that is because a person can be productive all they want in their real lives, but if they come to YouTube acting like a fucking nutbag, then that's the kind of stuff that needs to be called out. Which, referring to what Spawn the Programmer was saying earlier. I'm not saying that black men should get a free cheese pass. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that I'm not like everyone else in their respective groups. I don't believe that black men should be getting a free pass when they're stupid. I'm not saying that. No one should get a pass for being stupid. No one. But don't pretend like that's more productive to do that than anything else. Because for me, it's like this. For me, it's like this. No one ever gets called a coon for dragging black men. And you motherfuckers know it. The only person that ever got dragged that people will call a coon if you dragged him was Barack Obama. I can't think of any other black man besides Barack Obama, and Barack Obama was non-ADOS. This is a fun thing for us to do, and it's birthed from a place of hypocrisy. That's all I'm trying to say. So let me see who has entered this chat. But let me read some of it. Black Light Revelations 2 said AI will change the world in unforeseeable ways, including the human trajectory. Told you, man. I mean, it's gonna be like I guarantee in about 50 to 60 years, we're gonna be sending surrogates out to do our work for us. Elon Musk always trying to work, already trying to work on robo babes to fuck. And see, that shit might be fun for some of you at first until they do the robo pussy protocol where they chopping off your dick with some blades in their pussy. So I need y'all to watch out for that kind of shit. Shoot. Greg, what is up, man? Good to see you. He said Elon want to hump and rub the manufacturer label off of that film pot. Yeah, once again, these are AI picks, man. Once again, these are AI picks. RPM, they got some crazy shit now. Sir Ism, these robots are great for you incels. Else you would never get laid. Okay. So Sir Ism think that he knows where every dick is placed on every man every night. Like Sir Ism, you have a right to your opinion, but you ain't the only one getting pussy, dog. Like get all the way the fuck out of here with that. People conscious will be digitized and it will be marketed as immorality along with the biological enhancements that they are coming up with gene therapy and 3D printing. Yeah, man. You already got like actors selling their voices and their likenesses because they can't do it anymore. Hell, they'll be able like when James Earl Jones died, they're gonna use an AI voice to voice Darth Vader, so it can sound just like James Earl Jones. I think who was that actor that sold their likeness? Was it Bruce Willis? It was somebody. I don't know. If y'all know, let me know in the chat. They're using AI to make songs by dead artists. Yeah, shit. Kurt Cobain gonna be coming out with some shit in 3-4 years. Hybrid catastrophic impact AC3 power. Alrighty. What about the possibility of sword art online? Oh shit. Old school movie like Lawnmower Man. Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was pretty wild. Coming through to say hello. Haven't been through here in a while. Princessa the Powerful. What is up? Good to see you. Eagle Eye was lit. Yeah, they made when I was at tech school getting my associate degree for information security and Linux. Um, yeah, they made us watch that movie. They made us watch The Net. They made us watch Eagle Eye, and they made us read The Cuckoo's Egg. Yeah. Yeah, Sir Ism saying something smug. The hybrid catastrophic impact AC3 power. Greg says, Kev, should check out an old movie from the late 60s called The Forbidden Project or War Games. Definitely. Per your recommendation. Raheem Tate, what's going on? What is up? He said, LMAO, what is this, Savage Dragon? Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking said that for humans to remain relevant in a world with AI, humans and AI must merge. LOL, I politely decline. yeah, me too. He said that's literally a Savage Dragon plot. LOL. Jim really represents the old school, strong, and honorable black men. AM1, what's going on? It's productive to point out how men are walking other men off a cliff and are telling them what they want to hear for views. That is. How do I respond to something like that? AM1's a very smart guy. I'm not going to take anything away from him. But it is productive to point out how men are walking other men off of a cliff. Unless they're actually walking off cliffs, how can you actually quantify that? And I mean, I know that's easy for me to say. Yeah, but no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be a cult of influence if you're fucking men's heads up. Nah. This is Princess C. I changed my YouTube handle a few times. They call it palimony. Just be honest. What am I not being honest about? What am I not being honest about? Let me drop this link. Let me drop this link real quick. Like I said, I know Exactly. We have men here actively fucking men's heads up for views and super chats. Okay, but you can't tell people what to do with their money, though. That's the thing. And however, catastrophic impact X83rd power is black women like to disrespect the dead as if they're gonna live forever. Well, no one's gonna live forever. And those are stupid people. So hey, look, it's Raining Woman. What's going on? For super chats. All right. Greg said both those movies about AI taking over the nuclear warheads and no humans can stop it. Then set up a dictatorship with computer AI as boss, the Forbidden Project. Okay. All right. While we wait for anybody that wants to come up, what kind of questions do you guys got down there? Anybody has any questions? Princessa to power her full. Looks like I came at the right time. Where is my popcorn for this conversation? Kev, you heard Marcus stream from Friday. Actually, it was Saturday. And I listened to some of it. And then after I did my stream, I went back. So I have not listened to the part that I didn't hear. Well, not yet at least, but everybody's reacting to it. So it must have been some interesting shit. But there was a couple things that happened on my stream last week. The smoke show I had, the one that, tried to kind of call us out for exalting white folks. In case you want to donate to the entertainment. I don't know if I'm that entertaining. I mean, shoot. I'm just a regular guy. Princess to Power Her Foe, he kept it at members only for a little while from what I saw, but he didn't keep it at members only forever. Okay. Oh, and thank you for the Cash App, Greg. I really appreciate that, bruh. Sweet Jones, what is up? And AM1 has offered clarity. I actually put it on members only. My bad. Raining Woman says, I have a question. Okay. Ask away. Here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about me. I mean, although, although, yes, there are black men that need to be called out seriously, and you know, this is me being sincere. This is me being sincere. I've seen it a lot, and I don't know. I don't have any ideas how this problem is going to get solved. How do you, you know? I don't know. Okay. Princessa the Power Her Foe says, you have been chopping it up for years. You know that you can be entertaining. I remember your Facebook group. Yeah. What encouraged me to come up to YouTube is the fact that I had a Facebook group that was red fucking hot for like a few months, and it just kind of died off. Say everyone just needs to be brutally honest. I agree. AM1, listen up, dog. Listen up, dog. The reason why I go at you, and I really wish you would hit the link so we can talk about it, but hey, you don't have to, brother. I mean, I understand that you have things that you have to do, just like I got things that I have to do. The reason why I go at you, man, because it's like this. Is you have grouped yourselves with a group of people who, although have legitimate criticisms about the Black Manosphere, there has been a lot of shady name calling as well. And the fact of the matter is, once I consider myself a part of something, then I'm going to protect it, even though I may not agree with the philosophies of some of the guys who are in said group. Like, I don't co-sign with a lot of the shit that Obsidian says. I don't co-sign with a lot of the shit that O'Shea says. I don't co-sign with a lot of the shit that Angry Man says. But you asked me a question. Where do I know you from? When I started, when I first came to this space, and it wasn't exactly Black Manosphere that I was a part of. It was just me and my homies that came to the space. We just decided to do a YouTube channel. One of the people were YS4W. One of them was Donnie YS4W. He doesn't really do content like that. And the other one was the Roger Report. I was the one that actually encouraged the Roger Report to start a YouTube channel. I'm not taking any credit for any, you know, success that he might have had or any attention that he got, because that is completely his effort right there. But if anybody wants to know who's responsible for the Roger Report actually coming to YouTube, you might as well go ahead and blame me. All righty. We got Keep It 100 in the building. Marcus, what's going on, man? Protect it at all costs while ignoring the legitimate observations being made. Sound like a very manly thing to do. I haven't ignored anything. I haven't ignored anything. Do you think, if for anyone watching last night, did I ignore BGS? AM1, he didn't have to. We all saw it for ourselves. You spent damn near your whole time not listening. Okay. All right. That's the conversation that's going on. Okay, now Rainy Woman had a question. Should black women get reparations or just black men? No, black people. Black people should get reparations. We were both subject to the same ills of well, not the same ills of slavery. You were treated more as breeders, and we were treated more as workhorses. But yeah, I believe black people should get reparations because we're all descended from that. It's like you're not like Rainy Woman. You're not just descended from women, and I'm not just descended from men. We're both descended from men and women. So that like who would say such a thing? Who would say that only black men deserve reparations and not black women? And just who would say something like that? I would argue with them whether I was a homie of theirs or not. But I don't protect anything at all costs. I have my issues with the space too, by the way. And after you answer my question, tell the people how their donations will contribute to the channel again. Thank you. Um, although I can do whatever I want to with whatever super chat I get, um, I do want to increase my production value. I do want to be able to give you guys a good presentation. I want to be able to cam up, and but I gotta have a background. See, let me cam up right now. Uh, let me cam up right now. Let's see. Although although I don't mind camming up, what you see in the background is from a computer camera. Is not very illuminated. I mean, you see the Tommy Smith John Carlos poster in the background, but still is not something that I want to present every night. Is not something I want to present every night. And yeah, I'm an older guy with gray in my chin. And honestly, to be brutally honest, I could give a fuck about whoever or whatever thinks about how I look. That's not an issue with me. You can call me ugly all day, but I just believe that you guys deserve a better presentation than to sit here and look at me do this every night. So that's no problem to me. I don't care. I don't care what people think about how I look. It's just that I want to be able to give a better presentation. So I don't have to talk behind an avatar. I just want to. So and one said, I said numerous times that I don't really care about the actual guys more so than the fact that there's any black man running these scams on other black men. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't feel as if you should be running a scam on anybody. If look, and I've said this in the past. If you come to YouTube and you're presenting yourself as something, you better be ready to back it up. You better be ready to back it up. And also AM1, what are you doing Thursday? You want to do a one-on-one? What are you doing Thursday? Like that will probably be the earliest I can do something. I don't know about the afternoon because I do make my own schedule like a week in advance. But what I will do is I will try to make an adjustment so we can do the one-on-one and hit me with the tough questions. I mean, you may be able to answer a couple of questions that might have me stumped. I welcome the challenge. I'm not somebody that just, wants to beef and start a feud with someone based on questions that I could not answer. So if you want to do something Thursday, that's fine. If you want to do something Friday, that probably won't be possible. But just let me know the soon. Just let me know ASAP when you want to do this one-on-one. Calvin. Calvin Rogers says, okay, I'm saying if you give black men representation, this country would fall in less than a decade. Huh? If you give black men representation, you got to clarify. Didn't feel shamed, blamed, definitely did something good explaining LMAO at AM1. You know what I liked about y'all conversation earlier between you, AM1, and the other guy? I like that it didn't completely melt down into fuckery, yelling, screaming, and arguing. Not like my smoke show last week. Which, by the way, last night I'm not gonna say too much about how I felt after last night, but I felt so like someone that I really trusted, and kind of respected, pulled the rug up from under me. But I've always consistently said that it has to be me that builds up this channel. I can't rely on other people, and I never really have relied on anyone else anyway. But oh yeah. What I was getting back when I came to this space a while back, some of the content creators that I encountered, not encountered like personally, like a back and forth or anything like that. Um, it was I said it was like 4 or 5 major panels that was going on at the time. So I was kind of under the radar with it. But many people knew me from Facebook already. But what I discovered is that Facebook and YouTube are two totally different beasts. Like just because you have a large Facebook group doesn't mean that they're gonna promote you on YouTube or they're gonna support you on YouTube like that. But there were 4 major panels. There was O'Shea and the Rumble. There was Obsidian, who went on Monday through Friday morning. It was the Coliseum with BGS, and it was Nyla's panels. It was Nyla's panels. Those were the 4 major panels when I first came to the space. The one of the things I remember significantly was O'Shea Duke Jackson during an interview with AM1, and AM1 made the suggestion that in order to get the black community to catch up, and I don't know if you remember this, AM1, but you said that black people have to stop reproducing for a decade in order for us to catch up, like economically, as a people. Now, if you remember saying that, that's fine. If you don't remember saying that, I don't want you to accuse me of being a liar, but I specifically remember that. It was, I remember it was you, and like who I used to see on panels, you, Gab, Irene Yvette, Nyla, Taz, O'Shea, Obsidian, Kevin Samuels, uh, Man of Tomorrow, who was also in the Facebook group, Black Light Revelations, who was in the chat, it was in the Facebook group. DJ Kuda was in the Facebook group. Um, Lucario and O'Shea were added to the Facebook group, but never said anything. But they were in there for some years. Steve the Dean Williams was in that Facebook group. In fact, Steve the Dean Williams was one of the first members who used to do posts and used to promote his YouTube channel in that Facebook group. Oh, Nyla and Taz were in the Facebook group. Let me see. Ren, Judah, she was in the Facebook group as well. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of people that are in this space right now that was in that Facebook group. Sometimes people find it a terrible shock to find out that I was the innovator of that Facebook group in particular. The Facebook group was called Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. The reason why I named the Facebook group that, because I knew that I could possibly get dragged for it by black people. And boy, was it effective. Thursday night could work. I'm waiting for a client to shoot date tentatively. Oh, okay. Well, all right. It could work. He said, I said, if black people focus on economics more than sex for 5 years, our collective trajectory would change forever. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for offering the clarity. Yeah, and go check out AM1's channel. In fact, let me go ahead and do this because I do this for content creators because there's a lot of people that would not so much agree with certain content creators, so they will come in and time these folks out. And I might catch a little heat for this based on the fact that you and people like Ty City have generated so much heat. But I'm my own motherfucking person, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. So here you go, bro. Here you go. Blacklight Revelations 2 said that Facebook group was lit, LOL. But oh, okay, good night, Raining Woman. Yeah, but yeah, it got me a lot of unnecessary heat and it got me a lot of hatred. It really did. And I got a lot of people coming at me, trying to drag my family into it. They always go for the family. I don't know why. They always go for the family, like, just because they're attached to me. They always do. You ain't gotta thank me, AM1. You gotta thank me. That was my decision, but you're welcome. They always dragging my family into it. What the hell does my daughter have to do with what the fuck I'm saying? I mean, shit, that shit was fun. But like I said, let me know Thursday. Like if you decide on something, definitely just leave it in the comment section, and we could chop it up, and we could do it like men. He said back then people were talking about this wealth gap shit. Yeah, SMH, that's terrible, man. People are evil, dude. People are evil, and like I barely give people the benefit of a doubt. Yeah. So how much longer can I last? I did drop the link, but shoot. But AM1, I strongly encourage you to watch my Sunday Smoke Show, the um the show where I had Nick Fuentes and just Pearly Things on the thumbnail. And you tell me you think about what transpired. Just start if you don't want to hear me ramble for 55 minutes, just start at the 55-minute mark. You know, start at 55-minute mark. And yeah, he said, just to be clear, I think we have more things in agreement than not. And you know what though? You know what the funny thing is? I believe we agree on more things than we disagree on too. But we gotta hash that shit out. We gotta talk about it. I mean, the whole team light skin thing, the whole thing when I say team light skin and all this shit, that was just for me in defense of the black manosphere. I mean, but I have told people have told me, and don't take this a certain way. People have told me that I am what the black manosphere should be, and I don't know how people would like. I would say, hey, thanks. I guess. uh, I don't like wild yelling and shit. You see how I spoke with keep it 100. Have you ever participated in wild yelling though? I remember that show with Art and Stall where you and Edward and those guys got into it. I was actually driving while I was listening to that show, and I was shaking my head on a lot of that shit. I was like, God damn. Shit. The hell. Let's all chop it up one day. Shoot. I don't know how much longer that I can do this. This my skin color because I'm critical of a spake up networking and made real money in. Okay, man. Well, shoot, you're not the only light skinned guy out there. The reason why I said that is because that night you that showed that the reason why I even used that in the beginning is because the night you did that show about the list, you said somebody criticized you for being light skinned. So I was like, because I was pissed off. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt some kind of way about that show after I got off the air. on that show. I felt some kind of way about that. So I'm not afraid to admit that. That's why I kind of acted the way I act. I own that. I own it completely. I own it completely. So, I'm man enough to say that. I'm man enough to own shit like that. Calvin Rogers said, I don't care. I want to see the smoke. But let me warn all of you, this Sunday I might be a bit antagonistic. Sir Adam said, stop with this pill stuff. Stop with this pill stuff. I mean, there's no way around feelings, man. AM1, there's no way around it. People try to do this hard chested thing like, oh man, stop getting in your feels and everything. Everybody has feelings about certain things. Everyone. But sir, ism, stop with this pill stuff. Take the ism pill. Go outside and knock you a young knight's batch. Okay, I would take that advice if I hadn't been out the game for 11 years. So, and I'm not one that always. No, I'm not one that has really claimed red pill like that. I'm not saying people would say that based on the shit that I say, but it's not something that I really claim. Not at all. It just I don't need to. I don't need to be a pill. The only thing I need to be is Kev. Protect my special space at all costs. Oh God. I mean, shit. I had to protect black men being brutally honest with everyone. One thing that I discovered is like, I let black men speak freely, but when I got tired of the bullshit, they would spaz out faster than the females. You manosphere ain't that red pill. Let me tell you something about let me tell you about these labels like red pill and all this other stuff. There are a bunch of weirdos that hide behind that shit. Instead of just being yourself, I'm just Kev. If you ask me, I'm Kev peeled. Shoot. You hurt my space's feelings. Okay, all right. Well, okay, well. Just make sure life critiques in space so weird it worked for you in the exact way that you claim networking and resources. It doesn't. Yeah, man. Don't worry about it. Let me see. We're at an hour and 23 minutes. Okay. Let me check these likes. Check these likes. See if y'all liking the video. Well, liking the broadcast. Okay. All right. We got 36. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to complain about that. You hurt my space's feelings. All right, man. Look, guys. I think I'm about to bounce. Getting a little sleepy. He says I'm real world pill. Maybe you're just realistic. Yeah, I'm about to bounce. And look, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. AM1, appreciate you giving your thoughts, and like I said, whenever you want to get together and do this one-on-one, and I mean, just shoot tough with me, man. Ask me the tough questions. Act like there wasn't some middle ground. Act like things were before. It might make for a little entertainment. You never know. Shoot, I'm down. But anyway, that's it for me. Like the video on your way out, please. If you are a content creator, I'm not telling you what to do with your community tab, but it could be nice. But about that community tab thing, just with a couple people that shared my videos in the past, I believe that they use that as kind of a leverage, so to speak. That's not addressing anyone that may be in the chat at the time because, you know, last night did kind of piss me off, but that's okay because um, I understand that I have to pull myself up on my own bootstraps because that's what men do. And I have no problem with that. You know, but at the end of the day, is it just is it productive to drag black men? Depends on the reasoning. If it's a legit reason, if you feel like ultimately that will help black men, that is something that we can agree to disagree on. But I will not sit up here and say any group based on gender and race is perfect. I'm not gonna say that. If stupidity is ensues, you should be able to drag anybody for that. But anyway, that's it for me. That is it for me. Um, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. And remember, people, when you don't give up, you win. Later.